Hey, shalom, Lord Christ. Let people come in to the class. Alright. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll be starting shortly. All right. Yeah, just make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Boom, boom. I'm sharing it out myself. Give me like 2 minutes, 2 seconds. We're gonna get it popping. All right. So everybody know. All right. So I'm gonna start it up. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers and Yahweh Shemar Thumba and Shim Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. All right. My name is Nakar, Officer 500, stationed here in Philadelphia, teaching the law class. All right. This is New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey law class. Again, man, like, share, and subscribe. All right. So today, man, we're going into a little bit about what's going on right now. You know what I mean? What season we in? The spirit that everybody is in. The spirit that everybody is in. We all should know. We in the holiday spirit, right? We in the holiday spirit. We about to turn up. We about to tonight. People done already prep. They prepping right now for their food. Everybody just getting in order. You understand to celebrate Thanksgiving. But let's get down to the gist of it. Now we all know where Thanksgiving originally come from, right? We understand that Thanksgiving originally comes from our oppressor, all right, the white man, also known as Esau, Edomites, according to God in the Bible, all right. So one thing we have to understand is this: that all of these holidays the Lord is against, and I'm going to show you that in the Bible, all right. I'm going to show you that in the Bible. We're going to go to the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. All right, we're going to go there and we're going to go get that. And we're going to read it. And I understand, I'm pretty understanding that before, we have, came into this truth, we celebrate anything and everything in the world, right? We just celebrate a day of smoking weed when we smoke weed every day. You know what I mean? It's whatever is a turn up, whatever the masses say, this is what we're going to celebrate, that's what we're going to celebrate, right? I'm going to show you in the book where the Lord said that we shall not celebrate these holidays, all right? So here we go. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate. Now they say that the Lord don't hate, right? They say, oh yeah, God don't hate. God is all love. What if I told you that he do hate? He can hate, he can be angry, and he can punish, right? Let's read it again. I hate, I despise your feast days. The key word in that verse is your. The Lord despised our feast days, right? Meaning what? The feast days that we decide to choose to celebrate that is not of His, right? Here's the thing: when we actually come to serve the Lord, we supposed to face temptation. We supposed to jump over the obstacles that's going to be on our way. We have to strive for perfection, right? And something is just a simple way of saying the hell with Thanksgiving shouldn't be that hard. All right, let's read it again. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. So all that food that grandma, your aunties, and your mom is making, he's not smelling that. He don't care about it. He hates it. Why? Because we don't keep the laws of our high holy days. And the thing about it is, we never was taught the truth about our holidays. We was never taught, hey, we supposed to be keeping the Passover. Hey, we supposed to be this is the time of the unleavened bread. Let's get all the leaven out of our house. You know, we don't learn these things. And Christ celebrated the Passover, but we supposed to be Christians. Is the number one thing we had to understand is we had to stop trusting. We had to start trusting these other nations, right? We had to stop trusting these oppressors because these oppressors ain't they not out for our well being. Like, think about it. They not going to celebrate a holiday that Afghanistanians, you know, would celebrate if they was and it was a celebration about 9/11. Hey, yeah, we bombed them. And then they try to put a little sugar coat on top of it. Hey, this is all about love and coming together. America won't celebrate that. So why do we celebrate it? You want to know why we celebrate it? Because we don't have our identity. All right, let's keep going. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, meaning what? The ham and all of the turkey, all the food that that you making on Thanksgiving. You think that, well, it's okay because I'm able to make this food. I'm able to say a prayer that the Lord is with it. No, the Lord is not with you celebrating these holidays. He's explaining it right here. He said that I don't want to smell the food. All the food that you cook, it can go in the trash for all he cares. Right? And this is why a lot of bad things happen around these holidays. You wonder why you had the mass shootings around this area. Tom, you wonder why we are you go to your family house and then a fight break out, or people out there biting, arguments happening, because that is not where the Lord dwells. Where the Lord dwells is where his name is at. Remember, in the Passover, you understand, you had to put the blood upon your door. You had to prepare the unleavened bread. You had to get all the leaven out your house. You had to have the lamb of a certain stock. And if your neighbor didn't have any, you made sure that your neighbor got some. That's brotherhood and sisterhood. That's unity right there. So when you look into these scriptures, the number one thing is showing us to serve the Lord and be there for one another. But when we don't pay attention to that, because we was never taught it or we ignore it, then that's when you have the incidents that you have on holidays, right? In the ISUBK, we don't have to worry about anything going wrong on our high holy days. Why? Because the Lord's name is on our doorposts. The Lord's name is sealed in our brains. The Lord's name is in, and the Lord is with that feast that we having, with those get-togethers that we having, because we are being true to the Lord, and that's what we all have to do. That's why we think just because, like, okay, we be in bad relationships, right? You think that you just in a bad relationship for no reason? That's a curse. It's a curse for you to not have good relationships with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, and the person that you're intimate with. That ain't nothing foreign to the scriptures. And the curses, it tells you that the man and the woman will have an evil eye towards one another. And also the children won't respect the parents. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Lord is not with us, man. You know what I mean? When we are in sin. So we have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commands. And this is why these classes are so important, so that you can learn the law, so you can learn your identity, so you can learn the journey that you're supposed to be on. All right, so let's start back from the beginning. We in Amos chapter 5, verse 21. If you are about to go to a family hitting you up and all that, You might live in a house where you don't have a choice but to be around it. People gonna ask, why are you so distant? Why you ain't here, or why are you staying upstairs in your room? You know what I'm saying? Or hey, why you just ain't coming around? Right? You want to have this scripture in your mind. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. It reads, I despise your feast days. The Lord hates the feast days that we choose to celebrate and not of his. We ain't celebrating the Lord's holidays because it's not being taught to us in the Christian church. It's not being taught to you in the Muslim mosque. It's not being taught to you in all those African spiritualities or black spiritualities that we participate in, right? And I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. The Lord don't want to smell what your grandmom and your mom is cooking or you cooking. He don't give a damn about the baked macaroni and cheese and the candy yams. He damn sure don't care about the ham or the pork that you got. You understand? Because the Lord is against us eating unclean foods. A pig is an unclean food to eat. You can have it, but you can't eat it. And when it dies, you're unclean for a whole day. You understand? So we have to get back to this truth, man. We have to get back to this knowledge of God. Because right here it's explaining that we shall not participate in these holidays. But when we go off our own mind, when we go off of the oppressor breakdowns and doctrine, it's okay. It's bigger than that. It's about family. You go ask a Native American, is it about family? And they'll tell you hell no. They'll tell you hell no. You want to know why? Because they got to live through that. They lived through the pain. They was one with those. They was the victims. You understand? But because we don't care about one another, we don't care about the Native Americans. The Christian church don't care about the Native Americans. Native Americans, God's supposed to love everybody in the church, right? Then ask the pastor, why would God want us to celebrate the same celebration that slave masters had for the celebration of Native Americans? I bet you he's going to say, well, Thanksgiving is different. It's not about that. It's about coming together. So we're supposed to come together the same way the slave master did? How the soldiers came together after every time they raped and they pillaged the Native Americans, when they murdered the Native Americans, that's supposed to be cool? You know what your pastor's going to say? You got a demon on you. Oh, Satan is getting to you, sister or brother. You want to know why? Because it pays to make you go to sleep. It pays for them you just keep giving your tithes. Some churches will hit you up. Hey, man, I realize you ain't been paying your tithes, but the law is supposed to be done away with. And then when you ask them for some help or assistance, they don't help you. You know how many times I heard that story? Too many times in my lifetime. And I ain't been here for that long. It's a shame, man. Shame on the Christian church. Shame on these religions that's supposed to be leading our people, but they don't, man. But it's okay. Why? Because the Lord ain't even with the religion, man. But goddamn, y'all better start getting it. We got to start having a backbone, man. Here go the Lord is telling you right here. He said, I despise your feast days. You go inside the book of Leviticus. What's that? The 23rd chapter? Is the 23rd or 25th? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. I believe it's the 25th chapter. Leviticus, the 25th chapter. Let me see. Boom, boom. All right. So it's not the 25th chapter. It's the 23rd chapter, right? The 23rd chapter gives you all our feast days that we're supposed to keep. It's a commandment to do so. We can keep the white man's holidays, but we can't keep our own high holy days once we find out the truth about it. That's why it's important to get in class. It's important for you to get that calendar, man. You understand? The next holiday, the next feast day coming up is the Feast of Hanukkah. That's going to be on December 17th, right? The white man had perversed it and call it Hanukkah, but it's really Hanukkah, meaning the Feast of Dedication. And it was nothing about, Hanukkah itself, Hanukkah, the Jewish man holiday, is just a bastard, it's just another version of Christmas. when Christmas is not supposed to be celebrated. And originally, Christmas came from a oppressor that was an African that had us in slavery, and they made for his birthday. That's what birthdays and Christmas tie all in together. We had to cut down trees. It's in the book of Daniel, I believe, the 10th chapter. 10th chapter that explains to you about Christmas and shows you why. Like, okay, give y'all a quick little breakdown. The African name was Nimrod. Everybody heard of Nimrod. He was a great conqueror, right? He ruled with an iron fist, right? So he used to, on his birthday, you had to cut down the tree, fasten it down in your house, deck it with silver and gold, and put presents under that tree. If you didn't put presents under that tree, you were going to be killed, right? And the Israelites was oppressed with that. You understand? And after Nimrod died, his mother because Nimrod was so feared and we were so lost, we believed that he lived through the trees, and if we don't do it, the spirit will come out and hunt us and kill us. You understand? But it had to be the Israelite priests. It had to be the leaders to tell everybody, you better not believe that bull crap. Who is he? He's dead. He's dead. And we need to go ahead and realize that we need to serve the real living God. And that's what we did. And Lord, do you know, we wound up getting some power back in our nation. Some integrity. Because we didn't no longer want to do what? To conform to the oppressor. The leaders said that back then. So the leaders is telling you right now, you better not celebrate no Thanksgiving. You better not eat nothing off of that goddamn table. Because all of that is an abomination. And it's right here in the Bible. Let's keep reading. I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard peace offerings of your fat beasts. All that's talking about what you cooking. Right now, they marinating chitlins. Somebody said on Facebook that they call it dookie noodles. You know what I'm saying? You about to make dookie noodles. You know what I'm saying? You about to sit up there and put hot sauce in them. Your house gonna smell like a damn zoo. You understand? You're gonna eat swine. You understand? You're gonna eat a turkey and all that. And you think that you Big Mama can sit up there and pray to God and everything be heard? When God said not to celebrate that, when God said not to eat this and not to eat this foods right here because it's an abomination to do so, you think that Big Mama is going to be heard? Just know if you choose to go ahead and go inside of that disgusting house, you understand, and celebrate that holiday, that disgusting holiday. Let me tell you something. When you put your hands together and you're praying, don't think like a Christian that God is hearing you and God knows your heart. He don't care about none of that. You understand? God knows my heart. You know how many times I heard that? God knows my heart. It's okay. It's just a holiday. You know, we just coming together. It's the only time of the year when we can. It's the only time of the year. You can find your way to the club. You can find your way to the weed man. You understand? You can find your way to the liquor store. Good night. We can find our way to the poppy store. So we can't find our way to the setting up family get-togethers off of these holidays. Oh, Christmas. My kids gonna feel without. So your kids can't get stuff any other day. They gotta get it on Christmas. Where's your integrity at? Where's your integrity? That's what we missing, man. We missing integrity. We became weak. We became a joke, a laughing stock on this earth, man. We became so weak. The other nations laugh at us. Look at them niggas. Them niggas don't know nothing. Them niggas think look at them. They can't even get along. Look at them. They think voting is going to change something. How long have we been voting? Somebody put in the chat. How long have we been voting? You tell me if anything ever changed. You tell me if anything ever changed. Tell me, have anything ever changed with us voting? You know, your pastor tell you to go vote. They make sure the polls are set up. 1960s. Okay, so the 1960s voting helped us. In 1960s, voting helped us. What did voting really do? What did integration do? Huh? If we believe that, hey, voting helps, what has voting done for us? I'll wait. You know what I mean? I'm going to give y'all the answer. Voting haven't done nothing for us. We try to go out and vote. What happened? We just went out. Everybody went to go out and vote. And everybody is so sad because, the Democrats didn't get in office. The Democrats just had everything on lock and they did nothing. They did nothing. Everybody they voted Democrat, right? Everybody voted Democrat the last couple years. We got to vote Democrat. We got to get the black women in the Supreme Court. We got to vote. We got to get Donald Trump out. What happened? The black community is still the same. You want to know what you need to vote for? You need to vote for Christ. That's what you need to do. We need to vote for Christ. Because voting for some white man with a suit and tie, or some African that poses like he's black, or some East Indian posing that she's black, I'm talking about Kamala Harris, it doesn't do nothing. We get the same results. How do homosexuals get looked out before the blacks? How do Asians get looked out before the blacks? Knowing that we were just going through George Floyd whole murder, whole lynching on national news, all over social media. Little kids and all the way to the little kids to the adults seeing George Floyd being choked out on the ground. And the first thing you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Everybody voted for Joe Biden, right? We got to get Donald Trump out of office. What did he do? What did he do for you? And if you had a brain and then just believe in this left-wing ideology, believe in a whole construct, you will realize one thing. Donald Trump is what America actually wants and needs. Because he's trying to make America great. He wasn't saying that for no reason. Now, is he the devil that the Bible speaks of? Yes. But if you love America, and I'm saying quote unquote, hold on one second. Hey, Shalom on Christ. Yeah, come. I'm doing like a little hour. I know so. 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, back to it. So let's get back to it. So everybody was like, we got to get Donald Trump out of office, right? If you actually paid attention to politics, America economy got better under Trump. Donald Trump was actually trying to open up more business in America. If you were so pro-America, like you claim to be, you'll see that he had American enemies on their toes because they was like, okay, he's not joining forces with us like the other previous politicians do, right? So how can you sit up there and try to come at the Israelites for telling you not to vote? Oh, y'all are part of the problem. Y'all part of the problem. No, you don't even know who the hell the problem is. And you know what white people do? You go, I'm about to go vote for Joe Biden. We can't have them Republicans in there. White people look at you like you're stupid. They're like, you don't even know what the hell these people are doing behind your back. Because, just because they got the blue tie on They represent the Democrat Party. Is okay. It's okay. This is what the Democrats do. They give you the pacifier and they shut you up. You understand? They give you the pacifier and shut you up. That's what Democrats do. That's what the Democrat Party does. The Republican Party, oh, they're just upright. Listen, we're for the great of America. You understand? And we're for our people. Straight like that, right? And Donald Trump was just one of them people that was extremely for America. And he didn't care about the Mexicans. He put Mexican babies in cages. You understand? Called Mexicans rapists. What else? He said the hell with black. He disrespected the mothers of the black people that was executed by police. So who are you trying to vote for? What does voting ever do for you? And the same thing, why are you celebrating the same holidays that Donald Trump celebrates, that Joe Biden celebrates? Like Thanksgiving is literally it became a national holiday. You look this up. I don't have the time to break it all the way down to you, but look it up. The original Thanksgiving was a celebration that white people had every time that they won a battle against the Native Americans. Abraham Lincoln made it a national holiday so that everybody can be able to celebrate it, and white people knew what it was for. See, we started celebrating it because we was trying to be like who? The white man. We started celebrating 4th of July because we wanted to be like who? The white man. Because we started conforming to what? Their social construct. So now, years later, century, you know what I mean? Like a century later, you know what I'm saying? Well, no, I don't want to say century, half a century later, now we sit here, the Israelites is back in effect. You understand? The priest is back in effect. We teaching the truth of the Lord, and we telling our people, man, stay away from the ways of the devil, man. Stay away from keeping these holidays that they have us being conformed to, that they promoting to our kids. Like, I gotta watch what my kid is watching, because sometimes they try to sneak in the little Halloween specials, the Easter and the Christmas specials. You know, I tell my kids, Halloween is bad. We don't sit up there and celebrate Halloween. Christmas is bad. And they be like, Christmas is bad. I'm like, yeah. That's what you better start teaching your kids. Because if you don't teach your kids the truth, then your kids is going to be a product of the world. And being a product of the world, you look in Jersey, you look in Philly, these young kids, everybody like, yo, these young kids don't care about life. They don't care about life because they was never given a vision. They was never given the compass so that they can navigate. And the compass is the Bible. That's the compass right there. The Bible is the compass, and it helps you navigate. It helps you be able to get back home. You know, man, if I gotta go this kilometers, this is where the landmark is where I was at. This is home. I gotta get back home. They always know how to get back home. They always had their identity. They always know the truth. Your kids won't grow up and start murdering one another, because you want to know why? They're going to know the laws of brotherhood. They're going to know the laws of sisterhood. You understand? You don't have to worry about your kids catching all types of diseases and little boys running out of your house when you coming home, and you know what I'm saying, your son up here having sex with all these different whores. You understand? And you know what I mean, getting something pregnant at a young age. You want to know why? Because they had the laws of God in their inward parts. Because you showed them. You ain't just say it out your mouth. You did it in your action. That's how you got to deal with your kids, man. Every child in the UPK, they actually able to look up to someone that is righteous. How many people can actually say that? Well, you know, my parent, I don't think nobody parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody parent was able to say, no child in centuries been able to say, yeah, you know, my parents, it's a small percentage. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, Officer Daniela, because we know
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We actually know the people that was actually the ones that say, "Yo, I was born in the truth. I actually was raised around righteous parents." You dig what I'm saying? And that's an issue and that's a problem. So if you want to fix the problems, first thing first, don't have your kids around Thanksgiving tomorrow. Don't cook it. If you had it in your house, guess what? Don't even cook it. If you cook it, I don't know, save it. You understand? Freeze it up. Do what you do. Eat it another day. You understand? And you tell your kids, listen, we ain't doing that no more because we are going to serve the Lord. You understand? Your child, you might be sharing custody with your child, man. You better fight. Sometimes you can't, you gotta have the Lord on your side. But if it's a way for you to have your child on Thanksgiving, you better get your child so that they don't celebrate that. You better tell your child, depending on the relationship that you have with your child, you like, listen, and depending on the child's other parent, like, listen, man, we don't celebrate that. You know, that's evil. You know what I mean? Depending, every situation ain't the same. Some situations can get ugly. You just make sure that those kids know that you don't do it, and if they ask you, well, why you don't celebrate it? Because Thanksgiving is bad. You understand? White people hurt our people, and I don't celebrate it. God said not to celebrate it. God said that. Can you show me? Boom. You can lay your seed down. There's all types of different ways, but you want to stand on business when it comes to this laws, man. All right, so we can drop that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. All right, Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. All right, it reads, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. We got to choose the old paths, man. We can't keep trying to do new things because every time we try to do it our way, it don't work. Like, for instance, right, on relationships, a lot of people who try to, they say, man, we ain't living in the 1950s. It's 2022. And I'm like, yeah, how many relationships have you've been through in the last 5 years, right? How many bodies had you accumulated over a year? You understand? Is you and the child's parents still together? You know what I mean? Is y'all still together? You know, what are you looking for in a person if you don't have one? What are you looking for? And you know what? Nobody asks for the old paths. They want the new path. But the old path, you know what the old path is? The man being with that woman being with that man. You understand? That woman not leaving him, or he not leaving her, just over emotions. They work through it, and definitely they got kids, because why? They don't want the kids to grow up in different homes, because honestly it causes confusion, because one parent is going to be on point, then the other parent, usually the father don't play, but the mother, you understand, is more lenient. So then it's that rift, you understand? But if the both parents is home, you understand, if the father is in the house, he's able to add the discipline to the children. At the same time, the children is getting the nurturing love from the mother. Is what they call it, the yin and yang. It goes together. You know what I'm saying? Not to get too much to the Chinese people, but you get my point. Like, it flows together, man. You know what I mean? It's like oil on oil. We can't be the oil on water because it don't mix, right? So it says, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? That is the good way, man. You understand? Know that sex is marriage, man. A lot of us, we be so caught up in the moment, we'll go and have sex with somebody and destroy the rest of our lives, man. Sometimes you might lay down with the person can have whatever, right? You might lay down with the person. Can be crazy. You sisters know, you know what I'm saying? Brothers know you might lay down with the person. They might like it a little bit too much. Now they blowing your phone up. Now they stalking you. You understand? You gotta get restraining orders. You gotta shoot them in the leg, get them a leg warmer because they acting like they don't know how to leave you the hell alone. You understand? Getting pregnant. You get pregnant just because, she look good. Hey, you think that the man look good and all that, but whole time they ain't worth nothing. So that's why going with the old path, sex is marriage, is wise to do so. Because now you getting to know that person because you like, man, God said I can't leave you unless you sleep with another man. So let me be real wise. You women out there, you gotta know that sex is marriage. Your body is sacred. You shouldn't want everybody to have a part of your body. You shouldn't want, and I remember being in the truth, and that's when I realized, right? Hey, Officer Danielle, listen, I think it was like this year. I'm like, dang, all the guys that you didn't have sex with, they all be in one room. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be crazy. Like all the guys you didn't have sex with, it made me think like the chick had like I seen this meme. It was like Shorty had a bunch of condoms on the wall of all the people she had sex with, and one of them was a dog and a horse. But that was a white woman, by the way, so I believe it's true. But that's too many people that been inside of you that explored your inward parts. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to just hold yourself a little bit more sacred. You understand? Because a lot of times when we choose a new path, it's 2022. You have herpes and AIDS is out here. HIV is out here, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these chicks is out here doing the most. You know what I'm saying? They like listen, Meek Mill brought it to my attention. I ain't know chicks like getting spit in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. They do a lot of crazy stuff out here. I ain't mean to be explicit, excuse me, but I gotta say it because that's what's going on out here. People was having all types of threesomes with dirty dudes and dudes out here kissing on and licking on dirty chicks. You know what I'm saying? And then they a walking virus. Oh, it's 2022. Ain't nobody trying to live like that. Okay. How many bodies you got? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, you is a walking hallway, a school hallway. Somebody can say woody woo in that joint. That joint start echoing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Gotta hold yourself sacred. Sex is marriage, right? And the wisdom behind that is you believe sex is marriage like the Lord wants you to believe. You don't have the issues and problems that people out there have. That's why in the ISUK, some things might happen where the family might break up. But if you both are holding on to the Lord and these laws, statutes, and commands, and in relationships in the school, you understand, we are taught and trained how to be better husbands, how to be better wives, how to be better parents, being better, being better children to our birth parents, right? Being better soldiers, being better, helpers and leaders. So in here, you learning the old ways. And now when you learning these things of the Lord that's in the Bible, because you're learning the old paths, now our relationships in the school, it lasts longer, right? We have long relationships. I think Officer Danielle, what you going on, 10 years already? I think he on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he like 7, 10 in. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? People have been in here 20, 25, 30, 40. You know what I mean? Some 50. You know what I mean? You got people coming up on a 5 year, 7 year, 10 year. Like, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, we got to start having more structure like that. And that's using the old path. You understand? And for sure, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Like when you let go of these holidays and you install the Lord's holidays, high holy days, listen, man, it brings your family more together because y'all doing something that is of the Lord, and the Lord bring you more closer to Him. He will make sure that you'll be out of harm's way. He'll protect your steps. He'll be that shadow upon your right hand. And that's what we gotta pray for. We gotta pray for the Lord to protect us. We gotta pray for the Lord to heal us. We can't just pray to the Lord when everything is down bad, or the saying grace or something like that, or we stressed out or something. Like we gotta pray to the Lord. You understand, and want real wisdom. We gotta actually pray for things that we really need, man. And that's knowledge and wisdom of Him, man. So let's keep going. Thus said the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and be ye, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Here we go again. You want wisdom, you want knowledge, you want integrity, you want power. You choose the old paths. Things that, like the Lord said in Amos, the 5th chapter, where we was at, learning about how the Lord hates these holidays, that He wants us to choose the good ways, choose the things that are good and not evil. So when it comes down to holidays, you understand, you want to know why people is dying from high blood pressure? One, you eating dirty food. You understand? You eating dirty food. You eating food that the Lord told you not to eat. You understand? You eating the food that you ain't supposed to be eating, right? You trying to pray over the food that the Lord told you not to eat. You understand? And then your family. Your family ain't crap. Your family be gossiping and hating one another. So it's like you got all these variables in this one place, this one setting, and you think that God is with that? You think the Lord is with you celebrating the slaughter of Native Americans? Like, I thought that we supposed to be all black powered out, man. I thought that black people was all black powered out. I thought us voting was trying to make a change. I thought rioting and looting in 2020 was supposed to make change and bring change. Black Lives Matter, supposed to make change. Roe versus Wade, supposed to make change, right? What happened? We still celebrating Thanksgiving? God forbid that, man. God forbid that, man. Like, celebrating Thanksgiving, you are, I can't say that word. what can I say? Uncle Ruckus. You're Uncle Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? You still got a slave mindset. You want to shake that off, man. Having a slave mindset, is very dangerous. You know what I mean? Not just to yourself, to others. That's why our brothers and sisters is filling up the jail cells from committing all types of heinous crimes, because we still got a slave mindset. See, a one that is free is going to react like they're free. So being in the truth, guess what? I always tell people, I forgive my people before I forgive a white person, before I forgive an African, before I forgive a Chinese person, an East Indian, an Arab. I will forgive my people before them. I would consider to lay my frustration down and the anger that I have for them way quicker than I would these other nations. You want to know why? Because the Lord explained to all of us in His Bible that we got. And that's in the book of Zephaniah 2:1. That He wants us to come together. Christ, when He was on the scene, Christ was teaching us to keep the law and also love your brother, love your sister. Take care of your parents in the old age. Make sure that you be a brother to those that that have been carried away in captivity, that has been destroyed. Don't forget that those people that didn't get circumcised on the 8th day, don't look at those people that never celebrated the Passover. That's not, look at them like they're not your brother, man. You don't do that. You're supposed to have love for your brother. You're supposed to have love for your sister. So in translation, just because someone of your family did you wrong, or a black person, black, Hispanic, Native American person did something wrong, you know what? You forgive them, right? You forgive them and you let it go. You deal with them accordingly. You don't got to be all buddy buddy. Hey, everything's cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, you like, yeah, you know, no sweat, man. You know what I mean? I forgive you, because that's the type of love we gotta have for one another. But on Thanksgiving tomorrow, if you're gonna see that, no, your aunt is still gonna be mad at your other aunt for 5 years ago for saying that her blouse looked cheap. You understand? She's going to be upset because she said, well, her baked macaroni and cheese wasn't so good. She felt like she undercooked it. So your aunt is going to keep that grudge. You understand? Your uncles and your dad is going to still be having a grudge. You understand? Your mom is going to be talking about everybody behind their back and what they've been did. You understand? Like, that's not unity. What somebody say? Christ also said to love your enemies too. Remember on the cross. Listen, Connor, I don't know who you is. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Christ said to love your brother. In the Bible, it said never to trust your enemy. So how can we trust a white man knowing everything that he had done to us? You sit up there and promote white people. I don't know if you're a white man or not, but white people promote for my people to celebrate Thanksgiving, knowing what they did to the Native Americans. I'm supposed to just sit up there and be like, oh yeah, I forgive you. God forbid that, man. Because you want to know why? Because we never got justice. We never got justice. Did black people, did Native Americans ever get justice for what happened to them? Did they? The white people that benefit off of the blood, sweat, and tears of the Native Americans, do the white people get put away in chains? Do Chase Bank got to give all their money over to black people for their hand in slavery? Do the Jewish people got to sit up there and give up their funds? Do they got to go in jail for what they did to my people during slavery? Huh? But everybody want to talk. Then shut your mouth. The Lord said to forgive your brother, your sister. Understand context. How you going? I'll show you better. Let's talk about it. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. I'm coming up on my time. Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, which the white man took out. I'm not here to start an argument, but just no. This is what you need to do. You understand? I don't know if you're a white man. I don't know if you're a brother. But Connor, let me tell you something. Straight up like this, white people is our enemy till this day. And you're not to be trusted. Come on, man. Like, you ain't talking to some, this ain't, you think this is a church? You think this is a Christian church, don't you, Connor? Connor, you better shut your mouth. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. And since you want to talk about enemies, I'm going to show you who the Lord is talking to right here. Let's talk about it. Book of Deuteronomy. I'm going to hold the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. I'm going to show you, Connor. I can show my people why I'm showing you how your people treated us and what the Lord said how to deal with you people, man. You understand? Let's get back to it. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, the book that y'all took out the Bible because y'all are the deceiver on the earth. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thy enemy. That's what it says right there, Connor.
Never trust thy enemy. Now let's find out who our enemies are according to God. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. This is the curses, Connor. And y'all fit these curses right here. Verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. How did we get here, Connor? Huh? How we get here, Connor? Come on, Connor. You understand? How did blacks get here, Connor? How was the so-called Hispanic ship, Connor? Huh? How was the West Indian ship, Connor? By ships. That's how they were shipped into slavery. That's what Egypt means. It means bondage. That home in the house of bondage. You want to sit up there and talk, man. This is how you guys start treating these other nations, man. They want to start talking all that little, what they say, words, smooth as butter. But in their hand, it is a sword, man. Paraphrasing. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt not see it no more again. So how is the Jewish man the real Jews when it says right here, we ain't going to see our homeland? We ain't going to see our homeland again until who? Christ comes back. Let's keep going. And there ye shall be sold unto your what? Your enemies. You shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Good night, Connor. That sounds like you are our enemy. Let's go back to the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You wicked, man. That's like how you. Muhammad Ali said it best. It's 1,000 rattlesnakes outside of my house, but only 100 of them rattlesnakes ain't gonna bite me. Should I open my door and see which ones is not gonna bite me to find the good ones? God forbid, man. Keep the door shut. That's what we gotta do. That's how the IGBK is so glorious and flourishing the way it is. I know you white people hate it. I know y'all hate it that, you know, we, the ISBK, what y'all call us, the Black Hebrew Israelites. I know y'all like to say that. They try to take us away from our culture like you always try to do. But let me tell you something, man. The ISBK is the home of the truth. And we're going to keep teaching this truth. And the Lord said that you are our enemies, man. And we ain't supposed to trust you. I'll give you one more. And this is going to be my last one. And we're going to clip this up. Let's go to the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 8, and verse 85. All right. This is the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 8, verse. Let's go to verse 84. To deal with our brothers that want to sleep with white women, that want to sleep with African and Chinese and Japanese. Hey, shalom, long Christ. All right. This is the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 84. Therefore, now shall ye not join your daughters unto their sons. I thought that we supposed to trust our enemies. We supposed to forgive them. The Lord is saying not to give our daughters to you. Let's keep going. Neither shall ye take their daughters unto your sons. We, our brothers, shouldn't be sleeping with your women at all. It's like sleeping with a dog. You understand? Black, Hispanic, Native American men is supposed to be marrying, supposed to be having sex and keeping Black, Hispanic, Native American women, according to the Bible. Because it's right here, Connor. Let's keep going. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them. Hold on. I thought that we supposed to forgive you, Connor. Mr. Good White Man. I thought we supposed to, you know, what they say, Alex, you gotta forgive your enemies. Hold on, we supposed to forgive we supposed to love them, right? We supposed to, they want us to love and stroke the hair of a white woman. You know what I mean? They want us to celebrate 4th of July. It's It's a good thing, man. You know, America got its independence. Hold your peace. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Thanksgiving, man, it's about coming together with the family. Yeah, that's what white people did to celebrate the victories and they being able to move their families onto, this land that they just raped and killed. You understand? We walk on Native American bones in homes till this day. They got a whole city that they put a lake over. You understand? I think it was in Alabama, Oklahoma. It's not Tulsa, Oklahoma. But y'all do the research on black cities that are no longer here by white supremacy. And what you'll find is one of these cities, white people actually built a lake over it because it was home to 1,000 black people. And by the time the white man was done, you hear that, Connor? White people, we supposed to forgive them, right, Alex? But that's what they want us to do, right? What happened every time a police officer shoots a black person? What do they on the news? What do they usually ask the person that the family member that got shot and killed by the police officer? Go ahead.
How they feel.
How they feel, and what else?
And what are they going to do about
Mm-mm.
it? Well, slut.
No sweat. They ask them, "Do you forgive them?"
Mm-hmm.
They never ask white people that. They never ask, "Do you forgive them?" You know why they do that? Because that is psychological warfare.
Right.
That white people knows. Yeah. Like, see, we always get caught up in the game, right? It's like in boxing. You so worried about what this hand doing right here. I'm about to hit you with the overhand with the left. I got you looking at the right, but I'm going to hit you with the with the left. I'm going to knock your lights out. You don't even see it. You don't even know it. See, us as Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we got to understand that white people, they don't forget about their history. They know their heritage. They know the real truth. That's why a lot of them, when you start talking to them, they be like, yeah, I know about that. Yeah, Christ he couldn't be white. He had to be black. He was in the Middle East. It said that his skin was bronze, burnt like a furnace. And that's Caesar Borgia. White people will say that to you, right? And they know more because they never went through slavery. That's why they can trace back their ancestors years ago. Hold your peace, right? They can trace back their ancestors back to the 1500s because they had the census reports. I try to find my people. That joint was like, Negro, this is as far as you get. Your great grandfather, that's all you got. And I was like, good night. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. My sister did the research, man. She found out a lot. You know what I mean? Of course, white man and took homes and all that because nobody claimed it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. Whole thing is they know their history. They know their culture, but we don't know ours. And that's the problem. That's why they can hit us with, well, do you forgive them, Alex? Do you forgive them? Do you forgive the police officer? Mind you, the blood is still out on the street. The blood is still on the street, fresh. All the oxygen didn't even dry it up yet. Do you forgive him? Connor, let me tell you something, man. You know what you can do? If you really apologize, if you really want us to forgive you, you understand? You want to then show that you're a good white man. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go to ISUK. You understand? Go to isubk.org. You drop funds in that damn account every month. Don't give $20. We want cash. You understand? And when next time you see us in the streets, you get because at the end of the day, your people sat up there and did this to us. This is why we angry. This is why we not so jolly. in his class. The reason why the Israelites not so jolly, because we are the only ones inside this school and out. We are the only ones that feel some type of way about what your people done and willing to do everything that we can do to wake our people up. And I'm saying that out of brotherhood, because in Isupk, we are the home of the truth. But God damn it, we gotta look at the whole thing is the Israelites are the only ones that is saying, hey, listen, man, we don't forget about what you've done. And guess what? I can't hold them all accountable because they're not under Commander Jenny and Hannah. But I do know the claim that you're an Israelite, you saying the hell with Thanksgiving. Now, again, I can't co-sign everybody. You understand? But one thing that the Israelite does talk about is our identity, man. You white people took away our identity. And then you want us to forgive you? God forbid that, man. I deal with that. The hell with Thanksgiving. Don't celebrate it. If you do, don't be surprised if a stray bullet come through that damn window and hit you or hit your grandma. You understand? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised the house burned down. That happens a lot on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised that everybody just start fighting and you wind up getting in the fight. You understand? You want to serve the Lord? Say the hell with Thanksgiving. With that being said, that's my time. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. Make sure that you always tap in with Isupk. Anything that we doing from the radio shows, we on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? We got music, videos, everything, man. So with that being said, shalom.